Have a biscuits.
Right.
You have to go, if you want another one, you have to go to London. To get them, I don't think it's a Fortnum series though. Okay, so in our next session, we're going to be looking at the 3 questions that you looked at just now. And we're also going to be starting to pull together this definition of positive influencing that helps us to in-depth understand what it is, so that you don't mistake it for something else. Yeah, that's very thorough, this workshop. Okay, so what factors are involved in influencing people? What do you think are the factors? Trust. Thank you. Something in common, yes. Communication, some relating, yes. With communication, yes, thank you. Understanding. Understanding. Understanding people. Personal values. Empathy, yes, okay. Any other thoughts? Objectives. Well, projects will have something okay, all right, so maybe projects in common? Yes, okay, yes. Curiosity, explain.
Like we would want to be more open to knowing other people from different perspectives, like down to more personal things as well. Being curious, and then from there we might be able to get more information or more things in common by being curious.
That's right. So far in the workshop, you've talked a lot about all the tables have talked a lot about getting to know the other person is really important. Not just for getting your way, but building that relationship. Understanding their pain points. Very good. Yes, the pain points. What's hurting them? Why are they being like this?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So that's all of these things can.
Maybe you want to know food. If you have coffee or food, we can offer the person, then start with food.
Okay. Well, it's my way of saying thank you. And that's about building our relationship. So first time I've met most of you in Jakarta. So next time I come, yes, there'll be food again. Okay, so certainly a lot of things. So you're right that we have projects in common, professional contexts, that we have relationships, motivations. That's something somebody mentioned in one of the groups earlier on. I can't remember. And one person mentioned it on their post-it here. Who was it who mentioned motivation? Remember, one of you mentioned it on your post-it. Goals. Similar goals, pressures, sometimes pressure, right? But we pressure, culture as well, and personal beliefs. That makes a big difference, doesn't it? Yes. So these are factors in influencing that can make a difference. But what is it? We've been doing this all the way through. What is positive? Let's finally have a definition, shall we? Okay. Right. So positive influence is skills according to Terry Gillen. Okay. Who wants to read it out? Yes, please.
Positive influencing skills are non-manipulative, persuading behaviors. They enable you to achieve more with other people in such a way that they feel good about the interaction.
Lovely. Maybe it's not the definition you were expecting. Maybe it's not similar to what you've got there. But this is Terry Gillen. He wrote a book on positive influencing. It's well worth reading. Some of his other books are great as well. So they built on that. His first book was Positive Influencing. You can get the book there. And he also has a website. So I recommend going to the website for some more ideas. What's juicy about this definition? What do you like about it? Feel good. Feel good. Feel good about, yes, exactly. Feel good. I feel good talking to you. I love it when people say to me, you know, Suzanne, I feel good talking to you. You know, it's just the most wonderful thing that people can say to you. And you can, of course, say it to other people genuinely when you really enjoy talking to them. It's just lovely to talk to you and lovely to communicate with you. So that is it. It is a very positive thing. Okay, right. So, some of the benefits that we have instead of manipulating, some of the benefits we have of positive influencing would be these: achieve ethical change with willing stakeholders. It is upfront and it's clear. Leverage change vertically, laterally, and externally. Amazing, but true that this really does make a difference. Instead of being known as someone who's manipulative, you can actually affect people in all parts of the organisation. And it has influence into the future as well. So it's not just momentary now, but it will get better. Achieve you and your organisation's short and long-term goals. So remember that positive influencing is a very corporate thing. It's not just personal. It's something which we as organisations, British Council, British Embassy, we work together to create the trust. That is the brand, right? Sorry if I'm a bit soft. I think it's the jet lag setting in. Okay, so we also develop strong and trustful relationships. We foster a strong network of alliances and connections, and we can make they can make you control essential to organisational success. So no matter how small you think you are in the organisation, you are big in terms of influence. Nice to know, isn't it? I'm sure you know situations like that, but my first job in Singapore, the most influential person was the so-called at that time secretary. She was just central to everybody. She was so influential that everybody had to go for her, you know. And she wasn't senior, she didn't get highly paid, but she was, in a way, the most important part of that organisation. So it doesn't matter where you work, but you can be key if you have them. So there's a lot of promise here. By the way, after this workshop, I'll be sending you an email with materials. So you don't have to write all this down, but you can, if you like, take a photo of the slide now to keep yourself thinking about these benefits. They are marvellous and far-reaching. Okay, so let's go to the questions. Why would you need to use positive influencing with your workplace? Any thoughts?
Maintaining a positive and constructive work environment.
Yes. Okay, great. Super. Yes. Well, that's a positive meaning. What does positive mean? Why is it positive?
Constructive.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Indeed. Any other thoughts on that?
To me, collective objective.
A collective objective. Very good. Yes, exactly. Build trust into a long-term success. Very good. Yes, thank you. So it's a long-term tool. It's not, you know, quick fix. You can't go back this afternoon and say, right, I'm going to use it. It is slow and long-term and very, very rewarding. Okay, why might it be hard to positively influence people at the workplace? You come from different background, therefore you have to determine successful. Yes, the first child is different background. Yes. Okay, and why does it take time?
Then you have to build trust. Build trust with clients and for the organization.
You're from different backgrounds, so different background is one thing. Why else might it be hard?
Generation gap.
Generation gap, thank you. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Positive influence in a generation gap, including with parents and your children. Yes, very important to know these skills. Yeah, absolutely. Anything else? Why it would be hard? If you're kind of longer, slow learning, motivations are a bit in contrast with wins that you're the pressure to do in your workplace. Nice one. Yeah, okay. The thought was, what about if your focus is really on the short term ones? You haven't got time. You're being pushed into, or you're being pressured. I think that's a very good example. You say, yeah, so much for this, long term project thing. My boss is hammering me now for results today. So it's not about results, but it is about relationship building. And so you're not necessarily going to get fast results with positive influencing, there are other tools that we can use in communication toolbox. For short-term things, for example, problem solving skills, definitely. But positive influencing is on the slow burn, the back burner, if you like, that it's always there, always cooking. If you know how to use the skills well, it's always there to support you, and it surprises you. As I said, some of you are probably doing a lot of positive influencing, and I know you are. And you think, I see, okay, I'm doing positive, oh, right, okay. So when we're going to do the assessment now, and then you go, right, yeah, this part is me. This part actually is not me, I haven't done this yet. So you're going to discover that. How is it different from, how's positive influencing different from negotiating? Did you find, what's the difference here?
Negotiating is more transactional. You're looking to get something from somebody, doing it in a certain invest of time in building that relationship. It's just, I need this, what can I give you in exchange?
Very good, so it's transactional. Any other aspect of negotiating?
Because it's, the goal is to create a problem solve or negotiating, while the positive influencing is more like soft selling, like you do it on communication, building trust, and etc. But for the negotiating, you want to have the result right away.
Result, okay, right. So I want this from you, so therefore we're going to discuss terms, right? For positive influencing, it's not that, it's not transactional, it's not that way. But is it soft selling? Yeah. What do you think? A little bit. Well, can be. Can be. You're selling yourself, right?
Yes.
This is the soft selling you.
Yeah.
You're not selling to make money. It's selling that, a little bit of, no, I feel more positive about you. So yes, it could be like the advertisement. Let's say that. The advertisement that makes me think a little bit. Yes. So here's my little advertisement. But again, it's not manipulative by advertising. For sure. Great. Okay, so some of the reasons why we think that positive influence in the workplace is important are some of these, and you can recognise some of these from our British Council, British Embassy objectives, and our perspective is that globalisation is very important, right? So we feel it all the time that if globalising, we can influence people across the globe. Can you do it? Yeah, because you have to go across cultures, don't you? And in the last 2 years, I've worked a lot in the Middle East, which is a very new area for me. And at first, my influencing skills did not work at all. But I feel helpless. What happened? You know, I'm so good in Southeast Asia. What happens when I come here? It's sort of, start all over again. So it's very global, being able to talk to people globally and be able to influence people globally is important. What about organisational changes as well? So organisations have changed a lot. I remember when I started work in Singapore, we hardly ever talked to the big boss, just never. No, it didn't happen. And as I said, there was a secretary. You know, nowadays there's no such thing as a secretary. They got away with that term. They said, no, let's have a more, equal, flat organisation. It may not be equal or flat, but they wanted to make it look flat. So organisations have changed. In terms of decision making, again, when I joined that organisation in Singapore, the boss made all of the decisions. We have no say in it. So I can see that you have plenty of voice here, that you have opportunities to speak up in meetings, which is great. Work has become more collaborative. We do a lot more team-based stuff. So it's not individual, and therefore we really definitely need it to work with quite impossible people. I don't know if you've ever seen the Catherine Tate. Catherine Tate is a comedian in the UK. She has two colleagues, right? So there's one who is will just go on talking to you. You know this one? Oh, you don't? Okay, look up Catherine Tate on YouTube. And she has a colleague who is always asking someone to guess. Guess how many? Guess how many? You remember? Guess how many? Oh, no, I don't know how to guess. Don't ask me to guess. Guess. So she said, I'm on a diet and I'm eating cake. So look at the cake one. Catherine Tate, annoying colleague cake, and you will find it. And it will make you laugh that you say, oh yes, okay, how do I work with different colleagues? She is probably one you wouldn't want to work with. Yes, that she would all the time be talking to you while you're trying to work. Technological innovation. Yes, indeed. So, do you want to keep your job? This is important, right? And technology is, yeah, can AI do positive influencing?
AI can suggest,
What can it suggest?
can suggest how approach, like what approach we can do for.
Okay, AI can suggest, what have you thought of? So you give them the scenario. Maybe when you get back, take those 4 scenarios, feed it into, I don't know, maybe not ChatGPT, what is the use?
So blinded.
Okay, and just see what the solutions are. Think, oh, I didn't think of that. So provide solutions. But can it do the influencing?
No,
It can't. It can't. No. So that's what it's for. But technology is replacing a lot of people. I think wrongly. I don't think technology is doing a good job a lot of the time. So even at the airport in Jakarta yesterday, the technology failed. But the staff were fantastic. They just came in and I said, why do you need this machine? You're so wonderful, you know, you're great to talk to. It's just, but this is happening. So also trying to look for people to help you when technology is there, it's just a machine. There are a lot of shops in London now with no sales staff at all. It's just you pay on your own. And it's horrible. Supermarkets are going on. So think about how do we influence when we've only got to talk to a machine? That's going to be hard. And home and flexible working. So yes, you feel this, right? You've been working from home, and it's difficult to influence people unless you've got used to meeting them regularly and talking to them regularly, maintaining that relationship. So it's very important for maintenance. Okay, so why is it hard? Well, you mentioned some very good things here, but also maybe systems and procedures. I find those can be quite challenging, but you're up against the system, so this can't be changed. And you say, but then there's a situation. So those are really things that you say, okay, how do I get around this? Again, you probably want to ask AI, how do I get around the system? But it's something that we face in corporations, that there are these rules, regulations, and procedures. Conflicting priorities, again, that's very hard. Yeah, so you mentioned that maybe one department wants this, another one department wants this, you want to spend money, you want to save money. There could be all those kinds of situations. And many other kinds of barriers to communication we have. Language barriers, obviously, and maybe, as you said, generation gap is a good one. Yeah, we talk different language, right? And again, I thought, well, my Bahasa Indonesia is basic, I know, but generally I can understand a conversation. But yesterday, again, in the airport, I've forgotten all my Bahasa Betawi. I just don't know what, I can't hear anything, I can't understand. So looking for those things. And our last thing is, what is the, this is what you want to know, right? Negotiation and endurance. Okay. So actually this is a circle, it's a bit pale here, but you can see the circle of positive influencing, negotiating. What do they have in common? Absolutely. Everything else is different. Again, this is in the materials which I'll be sending you. It's positive influencing is about impacting behaviours and resilience. So remember the one about not sending emails, sending late and so on. Dealing with fixed issues and that processes and situations where you actually have no power, but you want to be able to influence in some way. And they you can involve several conversations. So I said it's a long-term thing, it's not going to happen overnight, it's rare. It's rare, it's the very charismatic people maybe do it in one conversation, but most of us find that we've got to slowly, just keep talking to that person. Negotiating, on the other hand, is about a specific reaching specific agreement, as you said, and elements which are flexible. So there are things you can do. So with positive influencing, these are all the things that we have set for us, and we want to be able to make difference. So negotiating can be far-reaching in terms of flexibility, depending on the two sides. And conversations have a specific goal. So when you have a positive influence, you don't go up and think, right, today I'm going to persuade you to take me around your car this evening. And I wouldn't do that, you know. I would say, oh, I really like someone to take me around your car, you know, but I'm not going to do it in this conversation. And it may require some influence. So actually, I would say, well, we have a negotiation skills course as well. I would say do positive influencing first, because those people who come to my negotiation skills training and who have not done positive influencing, they don't have that depth. They really don't have that depth. So it's something that they just go for the hard sell, kind of push. And that's maybe something that's not going to be a great outcome. So let's look at push and pull a little bit. Okay, so this is an activity I hope won't disturb the IELTS people. Okay, what you need to do is to stand up and find a partner, please. Preferably of the same gender. Okay. Same Okay, all right, so you need to stand opposite your partner, face to face to your partner. Yeah, please, take that. Amelia, could you please? Partner, your colleague. Okay. The aim of the game is to see how many times you're going to hold your partner's right hand, push it, right? And see how many times you can pull your partner's hand towards you like that. How we can so wait, stop, wait. Yeah. How many times you can get your partner's hand over to your hip. Like that. Ready? Ready? Hold your partner's hand and go. Oh, you know.
I think it's a funny. Both of us is quite persistent.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we make a deal.
Yes.
So we're just switching back and
So we kind of agree in the beginning, you know, we'll just one way each. So in the end, we just like this. It's like not this. Really, that's your objective. Really good. I feel good. And he was really.
Collaboration. Collaboration gets you many more. That's the thing, so I always say, fit myself. You can play this game with your kids as well, you have kids, and they're always fighting. It's absolutely amazing. So, push and pull, right? So push and pull, influencing is pull or push? Push. Coercion is pushing. Forcing. Force pushing. Pulling is persuading. Come over here, I guess. So pulling is more like, you can look at push and pull. And again, I will give you a link to the website on push and pull. It's very interesting because these are two styles of influencing. There are many more styles, but the two styles that people tend to use. So push, as you can see, is really short term, and then the pull would be taking more time to persuade them to do this. But it's certainly something that we find is effective. But I don't have to, those relationships that I have now, and I maintain them, I don't have to work so hard. It's more like this because I've done the groundwork long ago and we've established that trust. So,
can I ask a question?
yes, you can.
So in the previous slide, I see that in influencing, you have the point about situations and processes when you have no power. And I don't see any power in the negotiation. Well, is it true that mostly you use influencing it's in a situation or processes where you have no power? For example, if I'm speaking with the boss that is way like with higher authority than me or something like that.
Yes, you have no power with them. If you go back to the 4 situations we had at the beginning, yes, those are examples of no power. That's what the first thing you feel is I've got no power to solve this problem. Absolutely not, because I don't have maybe I have no influence over people. That is the corporate influence. I'm not a big boss, so how do I do that? I'm not the line manager. How do I do it? So you don't have it, but you can do it. You can find ways to influence people.
Which means what makes it different with negotiating? To negotiating, you do have some sort of like authorities and power over something that you negotiate.
Okay, so in terms of talking to your boss, you negotiate with your boss. What sort of things?
Pay raise.
Pay rates. Yeah. So you're more negotiating, aren't you? Yes. But of course you can use influencing with your boss. As someone said, when you're doing things the right way every time, the micromanager, it's just every time the right way. That's going to add up to a certain number of times when they feel, oh, I can trust you. Yes. And then now let's talk about your managing behavior. Yes, absolutely. So changing behaviors. All right, so there's some papers on your table. We're going to look at the 4 skill sets. There are some papers on your table. We need to find the headings first. They're in a larger type. So you have 4 headings: relationship building skills, writing skills, and developing professional powers. Can you sort those into the skills? So there's the headings. Something like this.
It's gone. So sorry. Budara Senayan. You can walk. You don't mind the less than. Budara Senayan Empire. You're heading towards Tanjak. Oh, juga lah. Also towards the south.
Non-hidden gem.
Yes. Like coffee shop, yeah, nice place. Yeah.
The infrastructure is.
Yeah.
I used to not get that. When I market. Now because of people are getting there. Buying the service. Once you find the gem, MND. It's some area. There's also gist there.
Yeah. And the French degree. The law, yeah. And there's recently like a very nice political it's called Nico. Nico, so MIAAR. Yeah. Very good. They are there also as well. So this is really like one of the best projects.
Probably like I did new
Jalan Haji Junai. It's so far from the Lemon Bay. And I go to the silver farm. Very much. Yeah, sorry. I just identify now in the open for smaller brands and smaller local business. But nowadays it's just becoming so expensive. It is, yeah. I don't bake as well.
You know, so the relationship.
Yes. You're in which thing? Yeah.
All right. You're not sure you could watch someone else's.
It's something. Yeah. So when we have like their visitor, they are interested in and some are willing to join the meetings. It's with the education team is working on. Finally, it's fine. Possible. Yeah.
Okay. This is an individual trust. And this is scrupulously honest with yourself. Be honest. You're not competing with anyone. Just tell the truth. Right. But if no one else is going to go up. Stay focused on what I want. It's how you feel about something. Because you don't I'd say the man, okay. I'm not meaning that, like, I'll do that in more rather than just I think that in myself. I don't do what about something what's happening because that's what we see. You know, about me, I feel like there's something here, but I don't think that means we're going. Because I was show it and it's just that it's very private. Yeah, but it's is it someone that's anything sense? Scared to get that. Yeah. Okay, what have you done?
Yes.
It's a very small, but this is just so you can check. So we got the word. What's the check? Can you see it? Correct. Relationship, I don't think it's yeah, it's hot. It's hot. So, I'm surprised. Yeah. He did. And developing. All right. Which one was it?
This one,
Right, so I've got some bad news for you now. Well, we're going to score your, what you said about your influencing skills, all right, just now. And for some points you get 1 point, for others you get -1.
Okay.
So, in fact, maybe it's best if you swap your task book with somebody else, so they can do the marking for you.
All right, great.
Plus,
Ini ya. Mungkin nanti the next part.
Oh, yeah. I think it's bad.
Yeah, I think mine as well.
The two places was fine, fun, talking with the. Oh, okay.
Yes,
be a kind scorer, right?
Kalau yang
oh iya,
Yes, that. I know. Working on this. Why?
How's the score?
It's very fun, happy first night.
There are some of those things you can see that are sort of natural anyway.
Yes.
Or counterproductive. I don't think that's what I do.
Thank you.
So turn over to the other side, and then you could check out where you are in terms of for skill sets.
Iya, kalau selesai.
Yes.
Dari aku belum tulis.
This is going to make us all feel a bit better.
Yeah, dan sih skill.
Iya.